Hey y'all, I'm Lachlan, and this is part 2 of my Carnival speed build. Part 1 was last week, so if you missed out on that, I'll include a link down below to that video. But yes, this is part 2. We are going to finish this build today. I know we can do it. Well, obviously I did it because otherwise, how are you seeing this video? I hope you enjoyed this speed build. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoy videos like this and are excited for more speed builds in the future. But let's just jump right in. So very quickly before I get into this build, I did want to let y'all know for the next month or two, I'll be uploading only once a week instead of my usual twice a week format. My husband and I have some stressful yet exciting things going on right now, so I don't have the bandwidth to create and edit 2 videos each week. However, I am also trying my best to record as many videos as I can ahead of time, so I only have to edit and upload them later. I'm sure y'all will understand, but I wanted to give you somewhat of an update. I'll obviously fill you in later once things have settled. But now, enough of that, let's just get back into this video and let's handle the speed build. Okay, so I did want to quickly go through the parts that I built in the part 1. So let me quickly run through that really fast. And if you missed out on how I created these, go click on that link down below. And then one area back here that I didn't do in that video is this little nook behind the area where you win the stuffed animals. I didn't know what to do with this little space, and as you can probably tell with my design style, a lot of the times it's very cluttered. So I thought a food truck of sorts just seemed fitting. And then of course, here is the another giant dirt area that we will be working on today. And my ideas for the second 2 big areas that I will be accomplishing in this video will be where the Ferris wheels will be kept, and like a little sitting area where there's also a fountain using the 2.0 fountain that we have. So quick pro tip for y'all, if you don't want your villagers getting in your way when you're doing a speed build, or maybe they have a bubble that pops over their head and maybe they want to leave, then my tip for y'all is to do the build during an event. In part 1, I did the build during Turkey Day, so all of my villagers were in res services and were never in my way. However, I did not even remember that when I was doing this build, so that's why Ken wanted to leave this beautiful island that I'm creating for him. Make it make sense. So one other difference in this video that you didn't necessarily see in part 1 from last week is I do switch things out, and I struggle a little bit more with the fountain area. In fact, I have to visit Reese and Cyrus to get some of the colors changed on some of the items, and it's because I wasn't as organized, or I really didn't have a more firm idea as to what I was doing with these builds in part 2. So I struggled a little bit, but everyone struggles with builds whether they show it or not, so I wanted to showcase some of that in this build. Now, I previously mentioned this in part 1, but basically the whole concept of doing a carnival build kind of started with the giant inflatable elephant that we got in the new 2.0 update. And when I think of fall, you know, fall carnivals, or where I'm from, there's always a fair that happens in the fall time around September. So yeah, a fall carnival. It just seemed fitting for my autumn themed island, but it all started with those giant inflatable elephants. Okay, last little bit before I come in at the end. I didn't know what to do with this little area, and since the colorway of these medieval side buildings that we have came in a yellow green, I figured I might as well make a fake building. It'll take up a lot of space and I don't have to really think on it too much after that. And a carnival needs a ticket booth, so I figured why not use these items. It took me a little bit of time to figure out how to maneuver this to make it look like an actual building. I'm still not super happy with how it turned out, but I did my best effort, and with these new items it does make it a little bit easier. However, it's still a struggle, so I'm right there with y'all. For those that have never made fake buildings before, it's still difficult. So I'm going to call this build complete. I started it off thinking I was just going to do 2 areas and it turned into 3. So y'all got a little extra area with that fake building at the end. But I hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoy speed builds like this. But let's get into those final shots.